Alrighty, welcome back, artists. So after you have step one finished, dividing your composition into all of these fragments or sections, the next step is going to be finding some reference photos and either choosing one or two objects that you would like to include in your very own drawing. So you will see that I will be referencing my two photos, which I chose the koi fish and the flower. I just found these on Google Images through the search. And once you have those objects chosen, you are going to get started drawing right away. So the cool thing about this assignment is, being that it is inspired by Cubism, one of the things we know is that we can draw this object from multiple different angles. So if we go back and look at this one, for example, we can see fragments of the object that kind of appear in random spots. So this is a very cool thing about Cubism, is you can completely rearrange the objects within your composition. So for example, you might see in one of my sections I might zoom in on the lotus flower. In one of my sections I might go back to the koi fish. And it doesn't have to be completely perfect. We can do kind of zoomed in a little bit, some close-ups of the object, and then we can draw it from further away in other sections. So we get to have a lot of fun with how we do this. So my goal here when I am doing my example is going to be kind of shifting between the lotus flower and the koi fish. So I would like the lotus flower to be kind of central in this location here. But what I plan to do is not draw the entire lotus flower, but in parts the lotus flower here, and have the koi fish even coming through. So it's kind of cool. Like I said, we can focus on one mini drawing at a time and draw that object from different angles. So what I'll start off with is probably drawing in, I would say, the general shape of the koi fish first, and then even move on to the lotus flower after. And I'm going to make sure that I'm staying in specific sections. So my koi fish's tail is going to come up and over here. I'm going to stop right here because I'm going to actually do my lotus flower in a few of these boxes. Then I will continue that koi fish into this box here and down to the bottom. So you can see how I work my way through that. Alright, so I am going to bring my images up so I can clearly see them here while I'm working. Just like that. And again, starting with the koi fish, I am just going to draw the fish tail right up here. So I am just doing a really light sketch of the object first. And this is where the tail kind of comes up, and I'm going to kind of loop it a little bit more than what we see in the drawing. So that'll be the end of the tail here. And draw in the other section of the tail. And right now I'm just focusing on the outline. I'm not really doing a whole lot of, shading or adding color or anything. Just focusing on the general shape of that. Drawing my koi fish in here. And then I have this koi fish. A little bit of texture right in here that's kind of interesting. Drawing those lines quick. And like I said, I am only going to do the koi fish in certain sections, and then it's just kind of going to get cut off by my lotus flower here. So now the rest of the koi fish body is going to come down into this section. So I'm not going to move down a little bit to this next box and draw that in right in here. So then again, these two sections are the koi fish, these two sections are the flower. With Cubism, I have the power to rearrange that however I would like. So and maybe I'll skip these two sections and do like water in this section. So I'm going to actually cut it off right here again. And I haven't haven't decided if I want this to continue into this section. I might leave this with water too, so I might continue my koi fish all the way down here and draw the rest of it. Almost as if that koi fish is going through the back part of my drawing. And down here I'm just going to do the face of the koi fish. Right up here. I'm going to just draw in where this orange area is. And draw a little part of the fin right in here. Perfect. Drawing where the eyes are so I know where those will be. Cool. Maybe I'll leave this little section with water and I'll draw this part of the koi fish in, because I do want a little part of the fin to be visible, so I'm going to do this section with the koi fish. Draw that in. Good. It's just a general outline of the object first, and now I'm going to do my lotus flower in this section here. So I am going to zoom in on probably this half of the lotus flower in this section here. So I'm going to start off with that middle petal and work my way over. See a little bit of this petal down here. And again, I'm just cutting this off because this is the koi fish, so I am just cutting off this lotus flower image where my line is here. Doing the next little petal. Back behind. So this is where drawing from observation, we're going to be doing a little bit of that today and tomorrow. And my last petal that comes down here, it wraps around the bottom of the flower. Just like that. Now I feel pretty confident drawing, florals and koi fish and things like that. And I've had a lot of experience drawing these, so I always thought that it would be kind of cool to combine these after seeing the koi fish pond. And now what I'm thinking is I will continue that lotus flower over here, so we're going to pick up where we left off and do the other side. So this is going to be that big middle petal, and I am going to do this in the opposite direction, into the opposite side of the flower here. And again, you can do whatever object you want, so do something you feel comfortable drawing, something you've maybe always wanted to draw. Lots of options here. And this might be the last petal you can really see here before it gets cut off by my other section. And what I may do is even the stem of this, or I could even draw this on a lily pad, could be kind of cool. So what I might do is actually draw the lily pad in around here. Like that idea. So I'm going to do a lily pad right here, and I'm going to have it cut off. I'm going to do this as water. We have the power to choose where we cut that image off. I am going to wrap that around and go right into here. And then, let's see if I want to do it on the other side here. I can do maybe that lily pad extending to this side also. And I might only do it in this section here, or what I could do is connect it to this little line, just like that. So that's pretty cool. And then in the sections that I skipped, so here, here, and down here, I can do more of the water shapes too. That'll be kind of fun. I'm just thinking of some other, things I might be able to draw, being that it's kind of a river theme or a koi fish pond theme. I could do maybe circles to represent little bubbles, and do a few of those in here. Could be fun. Maybe not draw the entire thing, have them get kind of cut off and do bigger on one side, smaller on the other, so that looks a little funky. Do more than one so we have some unity that ties everything together. And I'll do, let's see, maybe one right in here. Good. Might do one right in here. And one more maybe up here. It's a little bit smaller. Good. Cool, cool. So, again, fragmenting those into different sections. Now, if this is a little bit complicated, let's say you don't want to do two objects, I could have just drawn this koi fish as normal without the other object included in here. So if I just wanted to draw that koi fish out and leave that, that is perfectly fine too, artists. So I don't want this to, extend past your comfort level. I want you to feel confident in what you're drawing. So if you feel confident in drawing the two objects and kind of twisting and turning and rearranging different spots, that's fine. If you want to do just the one object, that works too. We can see in some of the examples here, we rewind a little bit, you can see this student just drew the controller in, and they didn't have any other objects that kind of went in and overlapped the controller. We can see in this example here, the eye is perfectly drawn as well, and it's not fragmented like this one. So if that is more your comfort level, please, please, please feel free to do that. So if we wanted to do that, you absolutely could. So if I were to draw just one object and I just want to do that one, maybe I will just do, for example, the human eye here and just draw it as usual. That is completely fine as well. It's going to be up to you. And the fun part that we'll be covering in the next video is how are we going to start adding color to all of these things. So once you have your drawing done, you'll be ready to chime in for the next video and get started working with color and shading.